Yay! Yay! Oh my gosh! Yay! Woohoo! Hello everyone, welcome in. It's great to see you there, Tony. Good to see you there, Pywalzan, Coburn64, Adrian Bauer. Hope you're all doing fantastic today. Hope I didn't miss a name in all that too. Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, we're going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to make a coffee though. I kind of forgot to actually get that started, so it's brewing, but it's going to take a minute, and then I'll get started proper. So enjoy the music while I'm letting it rip. I don't know what's going on. Also, my throat needs clearing, apparently, now that I've started talking. We'll be right back with starting properly in just a sec.
It would have been pretty cool to drug the cat.
HeroQuest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
It doesn't appear as any more coal can be broken off.
Greetings, it's time to get started. Thank you again for being here, everyone. I do appreciate it. Thanks for your patience there while I was sorting myself out and getting that coffee. But I have it now, and I'm ready to get started. So let's go ahead and jump right in over here with this lovely document that we have. It's been a while since we did any dev streaming. It's been a while since I've even thought about the dev stuff, actually. Been very busy with other things in my life, and now that I'm back, I guess you all deserve an update as well. If you're watching a VOD or some other update, there needs to be some kind of a record of what the heck's going on. Things changed a lot for me in the last month or two. My job has changed, my day job, and I also got sick for a good week, and I've been on antibiotics, but I'm back now. So just starting to get back into the swing of things. So I could have done dev streaming over the last probably 3 days, but I didn't quite get to it just because of my energy levels and just needing a bit of time to rest and relax and not be stressed out for a bit. So I think it's time to get back into it though and start doing some actual game dev work. So I'm pretty excited to get back to it. Officially, I work 3 days a week now. And that means, I should probably be on the other camera. Officially, I work 3 days a week at my day job. So now I will be looking at doing dev work at least one of the other 2 days of the week, if not 2 of the other days of the week, and doing some streaming and other content production related work on those days. So I'm still working out what that's going to look like. It's going to take me a while to spin it up properly, but that is where we're at. So it means more dev time, which is fantastic, and it means more stream time, which is also good because I get to enjoy a little bit of both of those things. And you know, change is great. Change is good. Can be scary sometimes, but I think in this case, I'm seeing the positives. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting more engaged with all this. And yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I'm really happy to have you all here. And I think, is there any other updates? I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting any updates before we move into looking at the document and all that kind of thing. I think that's it. In terms of like sales and recognition and stuff like that for the last game, I think it's doing pretty well. I did get a reply from IGDB, but it was while I was sick and I didn't realize it until now. Like literally today, I was looking at it and going, and that's it got rejected basically for Day of the Redacted because they asked for a video of the game and I didn't realize they'd asked for something, so I didn't have anything to send them yet. So I guess I got to get back to them with some video next time. We'll have to resubmit it, I think. So I'll get onto that soon. Good to see you, Bloody Cactus. Hope you're doing good. Tony again, Pylozan, Coburn, Adrian Bauer. Hope you're all doing wonderful today. We are going to dive in and do some work on the game. I don't know what the work is going to be today. We are so far removed from the last time I did any work on the game. I've got nothing in my head. But yeah, the upshot of all of this time away is that, yeah, I had to readjust part of my life because of my work dried up, and I had to get into a new job, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on, which I think I might have talked about a little bit back then. But yeah, everything sort of came to a head. I had to deal with it. It's dealt with. So we're all good. We're all set for the coming future, and we'll see what happens in the next 6 months. Hopefully, I can get to Kickstarter within the next 6 months, and we can fund a game. And if I can fund the game, that would mean more financial security for me in the near future, which would be great. And I'd love to be able to fund, you know, more than, like, I would like to be able to hit all the funding goals and go beyond that for the game launch. That would be amazing. I don't think it's realistic still, like I've said that before on this channel. I don't know how realistic it is to get a decent amount of funding for a game on Kickstarter that is just like a point-and-click graphic adventure from somebody who's not well known. If it was like Tim Schafer or you know, Ron Gilbert, we know that they would do very well out of a Kickstarter like that. They have proven that in the past. But for someone like me, I think that it's unrealistic to expect to do that well. But if we can do, like, you know, 10% of how well they did in the past, then that would be enough to fund this game for sure. If it's just me, I think we should be able to easily fund that dev cycle, and still be able to pay for like voice acting and music, assuming that it doesn't last, like, as long as the dev cycles doesn't last too long. I'm thinking like, you know, 6 to 8 months kind of period. But yeah, we will see. It's all speculative right now. It's all speculative. Now I've got to get back into highlighting and uploading YouTube. Yes, Pi. And I need to get onto YouTube and sort some trouble out that we had. I haven't sorted that out yet. I was thinking about it yesterday and I almost jumped on to do it, but I got distracted doing something else. So hopefully in the coming week, like I said, I'm going to be focused more on content production and game dev and streaming. So hopefully I'll find more time in my week now for dealing with those kind of issues that come up with YouTube and whatever. Yeah, if you can remember how it all works, it's been ages, hasn't it? You might pass out soon. Oh man, Tony, take care. It's 6 in the morning. Yeah, you got to get some sleepy sleep. You need to reverse sleep schedule soon, so I wake up this time instead of going to sleep. Yeah, exactly. You want to be back in line with the day job stuff, right? That's something that I also had to go through over the last couple of weeks, is like getting my sleep schedule back onto in line with where I needed it to be for day job stuff too. So it happens. You have an hour left on the shift there, Pi? Oh, awesome. Well, hopefully you get some good rest after your shift. So I know you've been working pretty hard. You're with those night shifts. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for everything. Like, I'm hyped because where we're at right now means that we can go into the future with a plan, and we can hit some goals. I want to get this game done in the next 2 months. And there's a hell of a lot of work to do for this game, honestly. I've bitten off more than I can chew in the game design already, and the game design isn't even finished yet. So I really need to nail down what the main character looks like. That's very important because there's a lot of animation requirements and stuff like that. Somebody just knocked on the door, and I have no idea what they could want. It's probably one of my kids. They probably want to tell me something important. So give me a second. I'll go check on what's going on, and then we'll jump into the document. We'll start making a plan of action for today, because I have no plan of action. Like I said, when it's been too long. I couldn't even remember where I was really up to. All I know is that I need the main character design done so that we can push through with everything else. I want to start working on some more background designs and layouts and stuff like that too. I want the world to feel a bit more dynamic and like interesting to look at, and all those nice things. So we're going to probably go back and look at some screens from Day of the Tentacle and Sam and Max Hit the Road and all of those cool like backgrounds. Like, I want to just get a feel for it, because part of me is always like worried about like, oh, what if the perspective is wrong? And it's like, they don't care in those games if the perspective is a little wrong. They put like a break between areas, and they're like, that's the hill with the house on it, and the characters are ridiculously large by comparison, but we don't care anymore because there's a break where, you know, they walk closer to the camera by going behind something or something like that. There's always like there's things we can do to make it work. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on what's up with the door knocking. It's probably nothing, and then I'll come right back and we'll get on with it. And I'm excited to do that. So yeah, give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, let's jump into this document view here, and we'll get on with it. I think that this is going to be a weird day today. I don't think we're going to get a lot done, but hopefully get the ball rolling again. That's all I can ask for, really. It's probably good to remind ourselves just what we're trying to achieve. What are we trying to achieve? And we're at the end of July. And we're here. We're here at Day of the Redacted. We're aiming for August 2nd launch. That's not going to happen. There's no way. That's right here. That's a week away. So I lost a lot of time. Somehow I've lost way more time than I anticipated when I originally wrote this list down. That happens because it's a part-time thing. It's like it's in my spare time hours. This is to be expected. It's a little disappointing because I even if I worked every day for the next week, I wouldn't get this game done. No sleep and replace all your blood with coffee. You can do it, yeah. Just crunch. Even if I crunch for the next week, there's no chance that I would get everything done that I need done for this. Also, I wouldn't have any music. There's no way I can ask Jay to crank out another soundtrack in a week, which he did last time, and it was amazing. But, I mean, that was pretty tight, and I wouldn't want that to happen again. So, yeah, this is not going to happen, so that's fine. We can just cross that out. Where's the cross out thing? I don't know. I don't see the cross out thing. It's fine. It's not going to happen. We'll highlight in red. We know that's not happening. Then we're supposed to do this. Begin work on Big Adventure. 3 to 6 hours of content. I think that might be undershooting, like, how many hours of content there might be in it. It might be more like 4 to 10 hours, but we'll see. I haven't even got the design done work. Like, design work for that still needs to happen. Aiming for the 24th of September to bring all 3 characters from the previous game together to solve an adventure. They'll have to work together, blah, blah, blah. Aiming for the 24th of September. I think this is just like, I think what I'm talking about here is the vertical slice, right? Yeah. I think that's what I meant. I think that's what I meant by 24th of September. Let's just look at a calendar. I guess I'll just go to this screen. You should be able to see the calendar. Yeah. All right. Again, this just seems like completely unrealistic. It might happen. Like, let's say I knock out this game before the end of August. And let's say I start working on the next one sometime in late August. Then hitting late September is maybe still achievable for like a very small vertical slice. And then just saying, look, here's 3 games, 3 mini adventures that lead up to this. And then we've got this one with all 3 characters and like a very simple puzzle to solve as like an intro. And then, you know, people can go back and play Day of the Hamster. People can go back and play Day of the Redacted. People can go back and play Day of the Sandwich, and get a feel for like, you know, the progression of the games and stuff like that too. I think that might, like, I mean, 24th of September is not realistic. I think we just have to admit it to it. I have to admit it to myself. 24th of September is not very realistic. Probably looking at more like an October, November for phase 2 to be completed. Phase 3 is going to be something that I will start working on after I finish this game. I'll start working on phase 3 in parallel to phase 2, which is preparing that Kickstarter. So I'll start planning for like the full game. I'll put together promotional material. I'll start like trying to get interviews with game developers. Like ideally, like, it probably won't happen, but ideally I'd love to have someone like Ron Gilbert, Tim Schafer, you know, someone like that, maybe the Williamses, like have some comments on the stuff that I produced that I could use as snippets in a video to promote the Kickstarter, to say like, oh yeah, we like what you've done there. You know, like if it was just like a few clips of like prominent historic game developers who worked in this field of these type of games, and having them comment on the games in a video that I could use to help promote the Kickstarter, that would definitely help. Like, in my mind, that would be a pretty big boost to the product. I don't think it's realistic, but you know, I'll do whatever I can over the next several months to try and make something like that happen, because it's kind of like a potential for, you know, pumping up the visibility of the game. Even if it's not like them endorsing it, even if they just say like, hey, we like what you did with the mini games, like that would be enough to say like, okay, people might pay attention then. Which is all we really need. We just need attention to be directed towards the Kickstarter, because people who are going to back it are people who like that kind of game, and hopefully they'll see it, they'll see the quality of what I'm producing, and they'll see like the vision that I present in the video, and hopefully that's all we need, and then it gets funded. But realistically, like having a big name associated with the product, even if it's just tangentially, like, oh yeah, I like what you did with the mini adventure that you made, that would be enough, I think, to boost some like more eyeballs on it, that's what it's all about, getting the right eyeballs to look at the product. You know, marketing crap. So I'm going to do whatever I can to try and make sure that phase 3 is a success, and we can hit that phase 4 with Kickstarter launched, and people know about it, and they know what to expect from the Kickstarter, and like they have hardly any questions by the time it launches. They have hardly any questions. October 1st is unrealistic as well, so we have to just readjust our whole timeline, because this last month or two has been I haven't been hitting the mark, obviously. That's okay. I got sick, job stuff came up, you know, whatever. Also, just getting the ball rolling on this project has been a lot harder than the last two. I think mainly because I'm a little bit more concerned about having a higher quality product, and that has led to me being lagged on implementation of some of the features. Like, you know, character design is a pretty important thing, and I haven't really worked on that very hard yet. But like, look at the difference between these puzzle dependency graphs here. Like, if you look at them in thumbnail like this, it's like game 1's nothing, game 2 is quite complex, but like, you know, you can kind of understand, like, you're looking at it, it's like it's spread out, but it's not that much going on. It's a lot of mini games and stuff. That's probably the time sink was mainly around mini games and animations. The design itself is not that complex. This is something I wanted to do, something a more complicated design with like a 3-act structure and stuff like that. We've focused mostly in Act 2 with adding the complications that we want to see. There's still room for more of that there. Act 1 is intended to be a smaller act. But I still want to introduce perhaps some more complications there. Act 3, I would like to have a bit more in the complications, but I do want it to feel a little bit more linear because you're sort of like just working your way towards the exit at that point. So it's just like, how do you get there? So, but I do want to add a little bit more complications. There's minigame right here. The little red square here represents a minigame. I think there's also like a conversation minigame here. And then the rest of it's like not that complex, honestly. So these green ones that say expansion opportunity, those ones where we're going to try and extend these into a bit more complications. We need more complications here, I think, still. But yeah, looking at just this screen, this is like already more complicated than the first game, I think. Or at least as complicated as the first game. This is probably about as complicated as the first game as well. So yeah. Where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? I think we have to reschedule everything to get an idea of like what our expectations are. My goal is, like, I can't really go any later than like November for all of this to basically be done, all these 3 phases. And I think November is like where I want to be at the latest. I was hoping to get Kickstarter launched much sooner because I don't want to be competing with Christmas. But look, we're already at the end of July. This game is going to take probably all the way up until the end of August, if not soon, if not more. Then we need to start working on Kickstarter stuff. So Kickstarter demo. I think maybe I might just need to cut Kickstarter demo, but I can't really do it because I want to have all 3 characters playable in a demo to show what our aim is with that. So that might be something we have to think a little bit harder about. But yeah, if this is going to take up until end of August and we finally get started on the mini demo for the Kickstarter in September, we're probably talking end of October at the earliest. So November is probably Kickstarter time. That has to be where we do it. We have to launch in November and aim to have it ready. Like, yeah, we have to aim to have it ready to launch in November. I don't know how long it takes to spin up and launch a Kickstarter. So that's something I don't have experience with. If anybody out there has experience or knows somebody with experience, be happy to point me in the direction of an article I could read or anything like that. I'd love to see it because I would like to know more. But yeah, okay. So that's, yeah, November we're looking at here. So let me just look at these dates that I got. So launch on November, let's just say November 1st. Let's just say that. Awesome Buddies, but they did theirs ages ago. Yeah, I mean, things probably have changed a fair bit. But that's, I mean, you know, whatever you can do to help would be fantastic. So this was just saying September, so I'll just say October. And then I also have to do stuff to prep for December and PAX Australia. I have work to do around those events, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done. There's other things that will require my attention throughout this period. So yeah. Also, you know, I might want to go on a holiday with my family or something like that. So these dates are still going to be fairly loose, but let's just like say, look, we want to launch the Kickstarter November 1st. We want to have October 31st, everything complete. Working our way back from there. This needs to be finished before the end of October. Let's just say October 24th. And actually, let's go take a look at the calendar for that period. Because what is the 24th of October? It's like Thursday. So we just maybe make that like a Saturday 26th, maybe. Knowing that I'll be able to squeeze a little bit of extra hours out of a Saturday and a Friday if I need to. So yeah, this needs to change. Obviously, August 2nd's not happening for this game. But if we look at September for finishing... Sorry, October 26th for finishing that, then we probably want to finish this mid-September at the latest, probably somewhere around the 14th. Want to finish this game? Maybe the 7th? I'm going to say we'll aim for the 7th of September. And that gives me how long? A little over a month to do the rest of the game. I don't think that's super realistic on the timeline that we're using for the previous games, but for this one, where I'm being able to work I can basically do all Thursday for the game dev, and some of Friday, and then we still have weekends, so like I can squeeze a fair bit of hours into it. We can also maybe look at getting Monday nights back online. So there's more we can do in terms of like productivity throughout the week. I just need to I'm still settling into the new job requirements and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe this is doable. Especially it'd be nice to have like, you know, some positive hours out of the week, like good hours, because when you are doing spare time work, everybody who's done it knows it. If you've done work in your spare time, you know that those hours, the quality of the work, the quality of your focus, and the quality of your energy is not the same as the hours that you work your 9 to 5, right? So having a whole Thursday, which is mine to dedicate to game dev, or a whole Friday, depending on if I change up my schedule, that is going to be a big boost to productivity. Having the weekend is a nice thing. I'd like to have a weekend back, but at this point, I'm going to eat up at least the Saturdays and probably part of the Sundays on game dev focused tasks, as like today. Obviously, I didn't start earlier today. I was kind of thinking I would, but then I realized I hadn't done my call with subscribers this month, so I did that this morning instead. So that took up a good chunk of the time. Even though I said I only wanted to commit like 1 to 1.5 hours, I ended up doing a little bit more than 1.5 hours, and then after that I had to do other stuff, like, you know, get some food and like sort some stuff out in the house and whatever, and it ended up taking like several hours before I actually got online. It's the way things go. That's life. You missed it due to family stuff. No stress, Coburn, no stress. It was a good time, but it was fairly short anyway. So we should be the next one, for those interested, if you are subscribed to my coffee page, or if you're subscribed to my other Twitch page, the one that's actually monetized, it's always the second Saturday of the month. So the next one will be on the 10th. It'll be Saturday the 10th of August, which I think is fine. I don't think I have anything going on around that date. It is my daughter's birthday on the 7th of August, so there's possibly something going on the 10th, but I think we should be okay. I'll check and confirm dates before then. That's not game dev related though. That's just the, you know, streaming stuff that I do. Looking at these phases though, we're nearing the end of phase 1. September 7th, we're just giving ourselves a bit of breathing room with September 7th there. Honestly, I'm hoping that September 7th is pessimistic and that we can do it in like, you know, October 24th, October 17th, something like that. But it's not realistic because like we do have very limited time to actually work on the game. So yeah, that helps. Having a little bit of a plan and rescheduling things, this helps. Life happens. I know that. We all know that life happens. Fortunately, I don't have to talk to a publisher and explain why the deadline is being pushed back, because I'm the publisher. If we get a publisher on board, that could circumvent the need for doing things like Kickstarter potentially, or it could boost a Kickstarter. I've seen that some developers do a Kickstarter and then go on board with a publisher as well, and I'm sure that that helps them with like making sure their funds are all in line. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, we get some success with Kickstarter. I don't know. We've had some pretty good minor successes in terms of how it's gone on itch.io. I want to start bringing stuff over to Steam. I'm thinking I might launch this game on Steam, and this one might not actually be a free game on itch. It might actually be, you know, a $5 game on itch. But I need to get it finished before I can even make that decision. So let's get on with some planning then for what are we doing today. Let's go back and take a look. So day 11 was supposed to be more background sketching, start thinking about design for arcade minigame section. I'm not going to think about that today. And continue fiddling with character design ideas. I think this is where we're actually going. I think this is the only one on this list that's actually critical. Everything else is not really critical right now. We cannot make the game without the main character. We need the main character in order to fill out the party for the full game that we're going to be working on. And this game needs to stand alone and be interesting, so we need to have a solid character design. And where we're going to start with that is I just want to look at some characters from some Lucas games. So I want to look at Full Throttle cast characters. Oh, get out of here with your Charlie's Angels bullshit. Full Throttle game. Let's see. Game. There we go. I just want to see like a cast list in you know, the characters, like, you know, this sort of thing. I want to see this sort of thing. Charlie's Angels, get out of here, man. That's seriously messed up. Who else have we got? Have we got another? Yeah, that might have to do. Yeah, all right. Let's look at Day of the Tentacle as well. It'd be really good if there was like just some sprite rips that we could just look at for like, and you know, character sketches would be even better. Like original design sketches would be awesome to see. But it is what it is. This is a cool image. Man, Day of the Tentacle is such a freaking touchstone for a lot of people, isn't it? It's another interesting one. Hey, Noru, good to see you. And Gary Anklers, good to see you too. Rip Burger. Imagine having a burger. Oh, here's another cool cosplay. I've seen this one a lot of times. There's another cool cosplay right here. That's cool. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and look at Sam and Max Hit the Road. I want to see another image like that. My goal right now is I just want to see a bunch of different character designs. That's it. I have not nailed down what this character is supposed to look like, you know? At this stage, I'm willing to just look at anything I can. Thank you, Gary. some cool images here. Interesting. I think I need a new office chair. I don't like the way that this one, like, I get uncomfortable on it. I've tried to put a cushion on there and it doesn't really help much. It's just like the position of the chair is not great. You still haven't gotten over your childhood fear of Uzo the Clown. Green tentacle, one good tentacle, purple tentacle, one bad tentacle. Interesting. Cushions never help, it's inevitable. Yeah, I need to get a new chair. I was looking at the stupid what's it called again? The Embody. I was looking at the Embody, but it's so freaking expensive. No, I'm not visiting from the US. I'm outside. Continue US or Canada. Okay, that's my two options. Yeah. The retail price in Australia for this chair is $3,200 and something. But I sat in it at a showroom and I was like, oh man, it's actually good. It's not, I don't know if it's $3,000 good, but it is actually good. You're sitting on an Embody right now. It's pretty decent. Their customer support was useless, but whatever. Oh man, if customer support's useless, then that sucks. Yeah, I was looking at this chair and I was like, man, why is it so expensive? It's just a chair. Like, it can't, there's no way this costs as much as like a used car. Actually, I'm not sure you could buy a used car for $3,000 in the current economic climate, but you know, you used to be able to buy a used car for $3,000. These days, probably not real. My wife got a nice IKEA chair, the Marcus. Why do chairs need names? I'm gonna go sit on Marcus. Oh man, been a big fan of the Tempur-Pedic high back fabric chairs. You're on your second now. Oh yeah, I actually really liked this chair when I first got it, but something about, I don't know, something about sitting on this chair like as long as I do, it's just gotten to a point where I'm like actually no longer comfortable on it. Like, and I don't think it's changed. Like the cushion still feels the same as it did when I bought it. I think it's the seating position. Like, I think it's just not ergonomic. I get fatigued sitting on the chair more than I used to. I guess like as my body's like adjusted to the shape of the chair more, it's like less ergonomic than it should be. Maybe I need to adjust something on it actually, but I don't know what to adjust. I should look into that. That could be help. Anyway, this is a distraction. We don't need distractions. We need to look at pictures of video game characters. We need to look at pictures of Spider-Man. This is not a bad one. It looks like somebody's like vectorized all the characters. But you can kind of see some stuff going on here. There has to be some cues we can take, right, from these character designs. Somehow we need to find some cues that we can take to inspire. Like, it's mainly around the costume and the body. It's basically everything about the character, honestly. It's the costume, the body shape, the facial expressions. I need to nail everything. The last two were a bit easier to do because I wasn't so concerned about nailing it. But this time I really want to nail it, and that's what's blocking me. I should just draw any random crap and I don't know. Just get on with it. I guess is like the trick is to just get on with it, I think. Hey, these are great references here. Very good Sam and Max references. I'm not sure how useful this is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't think this is super useful. I don't think this understands Sam and Max character designs very well. It's like fan art. This part of the game is hilarious. Just get on with it. Draw some blobs of 2 to 3 colors and make a person out of it. That's what, yeah, that's what I need to do. Just like get on with it. Oh man, it's just like it's like the writer's block. I've got writer's block, you know, for character design. I need to get over it. You're right. I mean, these are a hell of a lot cheaper. Friend? Exactly, Gary, yeah. Friends? Simon does a lot of his stuff with color blobs and finds something in the shapes. Interesting. I'm not a pro. I'm just an amateur. I had the mesh back, but eventually sags and you need lumbar cushion behind it. Ah, I see. Okay. So you're specifically looking at the fabric backed one. What? Oh, they only have one office chair on the Australian website, I guess. They just have the mesh-backed one. Man, living in Australia sucks sometimes. Indiana Jones is such a cool character design. I don't know if I can do something with that. Like, the problem with, I think, all of these characters, except for, like... Well, maybe not. Maybe I can get away with something. I don't know. You get what you pay for with chairs? Yeah, I agree. Pricey ones are overpriced, but they are substantially better and longer lasting than the cheap ones. How come Putt Putt isn't in the list? I don't know. I didn't make this one. I think it's silly that this high-res sprite is like 1 billion times bigger than all these other ones. I think Putt Putt's LucasArts. It's not, but it's Ron Gilbert, right? Hmm. There's got to be something I can get some inspiration from here. It's just nothing's jumping out at me. uh. All right, the llama feet and the grabber. Forgot about those. The thing is, we're talking about kids as well here, right? Like, we're not talking about, like, you know, adventurers or motorcyclists or businessmen or mechanics. We're talking about kids. And they need to have, like, their own sense of fashion, right? And, like, I think Delphine works in a way, but, like, Delphine is super duper inspired by Full Throttle character designs. And Lucas is obviously just heavily inspired by Bernard and Back to the Future, basically. I don't know what to do with this third character. I'm just drawing a blank still. Even now, after looking at all these images, I'm still drawing a blank. If not for the lack of selection, the Tempura chairs are a nice middle ground. They're not made by True Innovations, who farms out garbage to every brand. Oh, okay. Imagine the huge jawline as part of a helmet the main character takes off. you mean Ben's jawline is just part of his helmet? That's actually hilarious. All right, we have to do something today. I can't just waffle on and do nothing, right? Maybe I should list some attributes that I want the character to have and go from there. What about sunglasses? Like shades. Do we go with a fedora? I'm nervous about going with a fedora, honestly. Like, shades and a fedora, it like makes sense for this kind of character to maybe want to go that route. Looking like, you know, some kind of a X-Files, like Man in Black sort of character design, but they're a kid, so I don't know if I want to go that route. I know we looked at what's his name we looked at the Lone Gunman as inspiration. I did think, like, looking at those, that maybe we had something that we could work from there. Okay, what about long hair, question mark, or maybe like maybe not. Maybe like just a regular haircut. I don't know. See, this is where I'm at. I'm so indecisive. I can't even type the word haircut. Okay. What about shades? Maybe. What about don't know. Guybrush has hair. That's true. Guybrush has different hairstyles. Ben has shades, does he? Let's go back and look at that because I don't think he does. It's hard. This is a bit too low res. Okay, yeah, he's got. Well, these are like goggles almost that he's wearing in that one. Yeah. What if we take Ben's hair and chuck it on a kid? Hmm. Oh yeah, Father Talk wearing the shades. Yeah. A large fanny pack or oddly large backpack or satchel. That's a cool idea. Yeah. Something like to accessorize is a great idea. Delphine has like the pocket inventory, which was inspired by Ben. And Lucas has nothing of the sort. But maybe he can shove things in his jacket or something. Indiana has a pouch? Oh yeah, like a satchel? Yeah. The color palette's going to be tricky. Bernard is such a boring color palette. Like it's just white and gray basically for Bernard. Ransom as inspiration? I don't want the character to look like a clown in this case, but yeah. How's that? Everything's back to normal? Yeah, okay, it's loading. Good. I don't even know where the glove is at the moment. Like, that's how long it's been since I've done the dev streams. I haven't worn the glove in a while. There it is. Underneath my notebook. The other bikers are the vultures, and I forget. I think, oh yeah, there's the polecats, there's vultures, and then there's... Are the vultures the ones that dwell in the caves? I don't think so, right? That's like a different one. Cave fish, that's it. Yeah. Are there more? I don't remember if there's more than that. Rottweilers, yeah. Rottweilers, good name. Good name. Do I sketch in A-Sprite or do I sketch in Krita? I guess I'll sketch in A-Sprite. Oop. Few other characters in other locations. The beer hat wearing guy selling bunnies. Yeah, he's funny. Lady in the control room. I don't remember the lady in the control room. It's towards the end, right? Todd? I don't remember Todd either. I don't want the pose to be too much like Bernard, but I'm thinking of like a slouchy looking pose as well. So like Lucas will have a similar pose to this guy if I have him slouch too much. But yeah, like let's just like rough in a shape here, and then we'll just start trying to add in some details and whatever. Is there an eraser in this? Cool, there it is. Hello? It's not erasing. Or is that erasing? I don't know. I guess I'm only on the background, so maybe erasing doesn't count. Let's see. Hello? Oh, now I'm in eraser mode. The cops in the helicopter? Man. I gotta play Full Throttle again, because I know the part you're talking about, but I don't remember what they look like at all. This guy's obviously like ginormous too, so I'd have to like really cut him back a fair bit. Whoops. Hey there, BNU. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Just trying to figure out some silhouettes to use for a character, and I have no idea what I want. What's going on today? Evil snake agents? Yeah. No, I'm just trying to work out like a character design, like just a generic, like, well, not even generic. This is like one of the main characters. I can't seem to like land on anything in my brain. It's just not going anywhere. Everything I think of is a bad idea. Maybe they have some concept art in the special edition extras, but maybe it's mostly main characters and locations. Yeah, maybe. I'm not too fast right now. I'm just gonna keep fiddling around here for a bit and see where we go. Yeah, Sam Max Hit the Road has the dress up minigame. I forgot about that. That's a good one. Yeah, Bumpus has a hairpiece, I think, doesn't he? I don't know if he has a hat. Long-haired Sasquatch wearing a hat? You're right, actually. Yeah, I remember that guy. Isn't he like in the, is that outside the convention or something like that? I don't like the way this is coming together, I'll be honest, but it's something. It's a start. I really didn't know what I was going to do today. And I don't really care what I do. Even if I throw all this away, I'm going to be happy that I got something done at all. So, got like back into the mode of like thinking about this game and what I need to do. Guy eating at Snuckies, it does have a hat, yeah. I think he does, the big guy, right? Hmm. Man, I really don't like this design. I gotta do this. I mean, look, it's a good baseline because it's like, okay, red hat, brown jacket, blue pants. Maybe we can go with that. Maybe we can change to black pants or blue, or like a different shade of blue. But yeah, this could go somewhere. I'm thinking the brown jacket is just like Indiana Jones inspired, you know, that's what I was thinking. I need to bring up some more references to look at because I got nothing to look at right now. It would help to know, to see something. Let's see. Hello. Hello there, Dr. CDCS. Hello, Raiders. How's it going? I hope you're great. The G-Funk, g'day! Thank you for joining the Doc raid. Welcome, Doc. How are you going today? What are we up to? I'll get you a shout out here. Hang on a second. Oh, hey. Hi. Thanks for shouting out, Doc. This was good. You were playing still Far... Oh, you were Far Crying today. Awesome, awesome. Far Cry 2. Big game, huh? How about me? I'm going okay. I'm just trying to do some character design. Really, really, really bad character design because I got nothing. My brain is not giving me anything on this character design. I've been thinking about it for weeks. I haven't done anything on it. I think I'm starting to land on something that I can like evolve into a character design though here. With this character, so that'll be good. It'll be good to have this one out of the way because I need this character to be like, I need to animate them, I need to create them, I need to think about what they look like, all that kind of stuff. 2 crashes on 2 PCs playing Far Cry 2. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Lots of synergies with those 2s there, Doc. How's it going, man? I was gonna message you today, and I saw you were already online stream, and I was like, I'll hassle you later. I forget if Indy dresses differently at the place with the Trottier. I don't know, actually. I don't even remember what you're talking about. I know he's got the his jacket looks very different to this. This is more of like a Ben style jacket, I think, almost. It's a little bit of an odd jacket, actually. It's going well. How are you? I mean, I'm okay. I've been annoyed. I've been sort of thinking about this character design for ages and getting annoyed about it. And so instead of actually drawing a character, I just drew like a silhouette, a really bad, rough silhouette, and I'm just drawing over top of it to see if I can like come up with a costume. So I started with that, and I was just like, okay, I'll try and draw a character over top, and I just need a costume to work backwards from, I think, for this character, because I got nothing. And I'm starting to get something, so this is good. I said I just drew out a bunch of silhouettes like that. And then I sort of wanted to work backwards. And I also want to make sure they're at the right scale, because I didn't want to put any energy into it if it's going to be the wrong scale. So I drew this silhouette and then just started trying to put some colors on top of it, try and get a feel for a character here. That's coming along, I guess, a little bit. Oh, Monte Carlo. Don't remember he was wearing... He might have been wearing something different. I think he's pretty typical in his costume, though. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm thinking about Indiana Jones jacket now. Now that I got this brown jacket going, I'm thinking actually Indiana Jones style jacket with like a... Just like a basic t-shirt underneath would be pretty cool looking. The pants I could go away from the blue pants. We go to like brown or gray or some other color. I think gray might be a bit better. I don't want to be too close to the Delphine costume when Delphine's already wearing like a black leather jacket and blue overalls, but blue jeans. So yeah. Everybody, if you're hanging out with me and you haven't seen Dr. CDCS's channel yet, please do yourself a favor and go drop a follow over there. Doc is a freaking legend, good friend of mine. We've been hanging out and playing some cool games together and chatting and stuff too. So yeah, if you want to check out Dr. CDCS's channel, please do. I'd love to see you over there. I'm often over there myself. For those of you who coming in here, if it's your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Mike. You might not have been to this channel before. If you have seen me before, you might have been on the other channel, twitch.tv/FractalMindMike, instead of Fractal Mind Dev, this is the dev channel where I make games. I've been working on a couple of cool games this year, and I got a couple more things coming up. And currently, I'm working on a graphic adventure in the style of Day of the Tentacle and other LucasArts adventures like that. And I am working, this is the third in a mini series, and that is basically my like portfolio / demo for what I hope to bring to a Kickstarter with all 3 of the characters from those games coming together into a single big awesome game, sort of like the scale of those like LucasArts adventures. So yeah, it's pretty exciting actually. I'm looking forward to having it done, honestly, but it's coming along. Like, I'm finally starting to feel confidence coming back about this character design, even though it's really messy and ugly right now. It's a start, and that's where we needed a start. So here we are, getting a start on. Yeah. Can't imagine what he would change or that he would have made new sprites. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I don't remember, Gary. Like, that's the thing. Another interesting one to look at would be Joe King from Flight of the Amazon Queen. Would be another good inspiration to take a look at, I think, too. Maybe I should pull that up and see what I can see there. So yeah, my current game that I'm working on is just another mini adventure. It's a 3-act structure with the goal is to escape your family because you want to go on an adventure and they are preventing you for various annoying reasons. And eventually you do make your way out of your home, and then you have to escape one more thing, which is that's gonna be a fun little bit to make. And then you will meet up with all your friends and so become ready for the actual main adventure, which is the one that I'm going to try and take to Kickstarter. That's the one I want to fund full development for and spend a good 6 to 8 months of my time working on, and hopefully bring that to the market, and people will be anticipating and enjoying it when it comes out. So we'll see about that. Delphine staring at the binary sunset while a French horn plays. Yep. Yeah, we have Delphine and Lucas currently standing on the hill waiting for Sierra to come and join them. That's where we're up to at the moment. I'll show you briefly, since we got the dock raid, I'll just show you guys briefly what we have here already. Where is it? I guess I haven't got it open right now. We have Day of the Sandwich, Day of the Hamster. So Day of the Hamster is the newest one that's been released. Day of the Sandwich was the first one I made. I knocked this one out in a couple of weeks, literally in a couple of weeks, and it was the first one I made. I wasn't really planning on making a whole series when I made this. I was just experimenting. I had fun with it. I thought I'd like to make some more, so that's when I came up with the plan to do the bigger games and more complex ones. So this one's pretty fun. It's pretty short and sweet. You can knock this one out in 20 minutes, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter. This one is closer to an hour in length, maybe. I've seen people playing it up to like 3 hours or so. Some people are finishing it sooner than that, but it's a decent sized game. And you can see it has like more advanced, more intentional graphic designs and stuff like that. So I worked a lot harder on this one. The puzzles are more complicated here as well. And there's more interesting stuff to interact with. The varied scenes look a lot nicer in this one. So I just sort of like I upped the ante with this one a fair bit. And Day of the Redacted, the current one that I'm working on. This is the only screen that I've put together so far, but you can see I've continued to try and push the quality and enhance the gameplay and all that kind of stuff too. So this is going to be the first room that you see when you start up the game, and you'll be introduced to Sierra. Have a good sleep, Adrian. Good luck on the dev. Thank you for that. Before I go, do you think a brown duster jacket would suit the character? What's a duster jacket? Sorry, I don't know what the term means. Oh, okay. I actually did think of something like this. I guess I would call this like a Dryzerbone as an Australian. That's what we would call them. That's a brand name for this kind of style. I don't think it would fit the theme, but I get what you mean. Like sort of like looking for like a secret agent style look, trench coat, those kind of ideas. It did cross my mind, but I couldn't think of how I'd make this kid look. Like they're supposed to look like a kid, you know. So I wanted to nail that look, and I did think about this style, and I don't think I could do it. I don't think we could pull that off with this character. I think they're like supposed to be more of a conspiracy theorist type character, and like I think they can kind of look like anything. So yeah, I don't know. That's a good shout though. Good shout. So yeah, this is their room. They're obsessed with death. and conspiracy theories and aliens and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna find ways of trying to weave that into their story as we go. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this background turned out in the end. Actually, this is the first room you start in. You'll have to figure out a way to escape this room actually, because you will be locked in. And yeah, it'll be an interesting thing for you to try and figure out how to get out of that room. German guy has a jacket in the office at the start of Fate of Atlantis, I think. He might. I mean, I don't even remember the start of Fate of Atlantis. I do remember that don't you start out at the start of Fate of Atlantis in the top of the tower and you have to like work your way down or something like that? Anyway, thanks again, Doc, for the raid. I appreciate it. And if you want to hang out and play some games, let me know, because I'll stop streaming right now and go do that. Because I need to get this done, but also, man, this is a slog. This is a hard slog getting this ball rolling again. I've been away for a couple of weeks, and this character design's been nagging at me for so long. Let's see, I'll turn off this so you can see the work that I'm working on here. I think this idea is okay, but obviously we need to refine it a lot. And I don't think I'm happy with like all of the color choices or anything, but it's something. Hey, thank you for joining us. A new producer just followed. Welcome in. I appreciate it. I have anonymous follows on the channel, but feel free to jump in the chat and say hello if you would like. Otherwise, you know, you don't have to. It's all good either way. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And some other male clothing is Bjorn, or whoever is in Iceland. Oh, the other archaeologist toward the start of the game. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I should look up Flight of the Amazon Queen as well. Yeah, there's like here. I'll drag this one on the screen here for you. There's this sprites from Flight of the Amazon Queen here, and also the main character's sprite sheet here. Oops, I don't want that. I just want the image. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of designs here. See, I think this is the style I want to go for, except kid wearing their baseball cap backwards. This style of jacket would work. Maybe even a white tee. I think maybe different color pants. Obviously, this is not the character design sort of style that I want to go for. We're going for more of that animated character look. But yeah, there's some stuff here that we could maybe borrow from. That's great. Good reference here. Excellent. All right, Mike, I better go grab something to eat. Yeah, no worries, Doc. Have a good food. We'll see you soon, mate. Let me know if you want to play a game. Actually, I might just move this on back onto the other screen, so it's there as a bit of an eyeball reference that I can use while I try and do another pass at this character. I think their pose is like really awkward as well. I need to work on that. Well, like I said, it's just a silhouette that I started with. It doesn't have to be anything like that in the end. But yeah, let's just keep working on this. I think that the body looks a little too long to my eye, but that's true of all of the characters. I think all the characters kind of have a longer body, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think what I need to do is like narrow the legs out a fair bit more than what they are there. Whoops. I mean to just draw there you go. All right. Let's see now. I also don't know about this head shape at all. I just sort of like, it's the first thing that came to mind. What if we did something more angular like that for a head shape? Like a really angular cheek. Or something that's like, yeah, a little bit. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. What an idiot. What about something like Ben from Full Throttle, like really square-jawed character? I don't think so. It's got to be a kid as well. It needs to look like a kid. That's what we're going for. That's the style. Sophia might have similar clothing to
Hold on,
this also.
Dave!
Oh yeah. Hold on, Dave. Who the heck's doing that today? Being you. Oh, thank you. Given the Chad treatment, yeah. Just like literal right angles for the jaw. Big cheekbones. This is a little bit too Bernard Bernoulli, I think. It's body. Kid in Monkey Island 3? I don't remember that. Man, I've only played that one like once, so maybe I'm just forgetting the obvious. That is very, very, very Bernard from Day of the Tentacle. And we already have a character sort of already designed after that. So let's just try another silhouette here. What do we start with the torso just being like a triangle? The heck? Sparky Pilot. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Sparky. How are you going today? Greetings, everybody. Trying to design characters and I'm just having a hard time today. So I hope you had a great day today, Sparky. What were you up to? Welcome in, old school. Jay, how you going today, mate? Welcome, welcome. Attempting to play retro, but the computer didn't cooperate. Great to catch a stream. We did some flight sim. Nice. What kind of flight sim were you playing? I get a shout out for you. Hang on. My speed is a little low. Shout out. Sparky. There you go. Wait, rudimentary AutoCAD? Triangles, good lord. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Sparky. Thank you for the raid. Good to see you, everybody. Welcome. My name is Mike. I like old video games and making them too. I like making games. Doing good, Jay? Excellent. Just finished 3 solid weeks of work. Oh, congrats. Good to have you back then. Don't apologize. I've been away for 3 solid weeks anyway, mate. I got sick, I started a new job, life got out of hand. We're back, we're trying to do some character designs. It's all good, man. I hope you're doing good. I hope your 3 weeks of solid work was excellent. And fulfilling as well. I don't like this silhouette either. It's a terrible silhouette. Trying to get a new job too, Death Clonic? Oh, good luck, good luck. Hopefully that goes well. You read about the new job on Discord? Congrats, hope it's rewarding. Tell you what, like, my attitude going into this job was not very good. Like, it was kind of like I was getting into this job out of necessity. And I just had, I mean, it wasn't a terribly bad attitude, but I just found it hard to get excited about the job. I'm more excited now. Now that I understand a little bit more about the job, I've been doing it for a couple of weeks. I'm starting to get the hang of things. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm a bit better attitude about it now, I think. It was difficult to get my mindset in the right place. We made a Hallmark Christmas movie. Oh, that's awesome, dude. You'll have to tell us which one it was so I can watch it with my wife. My wife likes those movies. It's a little bit too much going on with this triangular torso here. I think I need to go for like it's supposed to be a kid, you know. We need to like maybe if we work on just altering the shape of this, maybe we can come to some kind of a less of a, you know, ridiculous shape. Something like that, maybe. I think this is just not gonna work, man. Now it just looks like a chicken. Conroy Bumpers Henchman has a rectangular face, I think. He might wear a jacket too. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. We just finished Homecoming with Mrs. Miracle, sequel to one we shot last year. Oh, wow, okay. Nice. Glad to hear you got a new job. Glad to hear you're also finding some normality too. I'm still looking, unfortunately. Good luck with that, G-Funk. If I can do anything, let me know. I don't know what I can do, but I'll do whatever I can to help out if you need it. I'd watch the Gilded Newport Mysteries that just came out instead, to be honest. That one won a couple awards for art and costume design. Oh, interesting, interesting. And is that another one you worked on? You gave Tawe your normality voxel School J? That's awesome. That's a nice gift. Very kind of you. That's not one of yours? Excellent, excellent. Gilded Newport Mysteries, huh? I kind of hate doing these character designs. I don't know why. I can't nail what I want. I don't know what I want. That's the real problem. I have nothing in my mind for what I want this character to be like. I think modeling after Indiana Jones and Joe King is probably like the best bet I have to be happy about this design, actually. And I only just landed on that like in the last like couple of minutes, so that's good. I guess this is a productive session of thinking about character designs, even if we don't come up with the final. I forget if you see any kids in Sam and Max hit the road at the bungee jump. I think you do at the bungee. That's what I was gonna say. I think you do see some there. Yeah, there's like that dino thing as well in that area. The tar pits. I am really having a hard time with this character design though. I cannot overstate how dissatisfied I am with where I'm at with this character design. I need a good silhouette to go from, and once I have like something like nailed down with a decent silhouette, I can just slap a nice costume on and we can start working on that. But man, it's just, I can't seem to come up with something that I'm happy with. Your memory's shaky, that sounds right. I mean, your memory's pretty good, Gary. You've remembered more than I have about it. Just draw a giant have a nice day smiley face. That could be my entire character for the whole game, yeah. Definitely just like that. There you go. Character design complete. Just like a stick man. Just a generic stick man. That's all I need. Done. No. What's something that looks ridiculous? Like, just like, let's just get ridiculous. Like, his legs are splayed out like this, and his body is like, this shape, and his neck is like here, and his head's up here, and his arms are like this. Yeah, and he has really long, weird fingers. And like his mouth is shaped like this for some reason. There you go. Character stuck in a cosplay uniform because their zipper's broken. That's funny. Looks like something from the Freak Show Circus. Yeah. Noodly appendages. Yeah, I could go even more noodly. We could like really noodle them up. All right, let's we got that out of our system. So glad my one smiley face idea completely distracted you from the actual drawing. No, I need the distractions, let's be honest. Like, the creative process is never a straight line, right? It's never a straight line. What if I literally just took Delphine and just redrew it, like, just drew the costume different, but like Delphine shape exactly? That's too boring, right? I'm not allowed to do that. That's too boring. Also, I need to work on these head shapes, because, like, this guy's head shape is too close to Delphine's and Lucas's even. Actually, I should bring Lucas in. Let's grab the Lucas sprite as well. Where'd my folder go? Hello? I've lost my folder. Oh, it's over here for some reason. Okay. Gotta go back to the hamster game. Room assets, characters, Lucas. Do I not have like a single frame anywhere? Alright, let's grab this Lucas sprite. Hello? So we need the character to like look not out of place with these two, but also not look like those two. They work for Mortal Kombat and 1,000 other sprite beat 'em ups back in the day. Yeah, true. It's just I need the characters to be unique because they need to have their own feel. Like, that's what I think makes... That's part of what makes the characters in Day of the Tentacle and Sam and Max stand out, is that none of them are just like a none of them are just palette swapped versions of other characters or even paint overs of other characters. They're unique enough and they have their own, like, the way they move and the way they feel, like, you know, they're different. But they're cohesive in terms of, like, they fit into the same universe very well. Like, look at Hoagie and then look at Bernard. They're very different. And then look at, not Delphine. That's, anyway, yeah. If you look at all the different characters, they're all like unique looking and they move differently, right? Like none of their walk cycles are the same. So like Laverne has like a completely different walk style and her hands are completely differently designed. Like the way she positions and hold herself is different. Yeah, and I've kind of borrowed from that. Obviously, I wanted to reference, like, Hoagie when I was doing Delphine. Like, Delphine with the hands in the pockets here. Hands in the pockets, and her walk cycle is based on Hoagie's walk cycle. Obviously, they're quite different in terms of, like, the character shape. Like, Hoagie's a bigger guy. But, like, I tried to, like, replicate that style of walk with Delphine, and, like, that's what I also did with Lucas, is I was like, okay, look at Bernard's walk cycle. They're a bit of a different body shape and like position, but like try and make him walk in the same way. So I've done that. And now I'm looking at, like, I got to do a new guy, right? And this new guy he doesn't fit in with these two. He doesn't really fit in with these two. But it's really just the costume that I'm thinking about at the moment. The silhouette didn't matter too much when I was just thinking about costume, but now I've got an idea of like, okay, I kind of have an idea of what kind of costume I want to do. Well, now I need to come up with a silhouette that will work, and I need to look at these two silhouettes and think about how I could make a character that looks okay next to them. And that's tricky. That is tricky. That's where my brain's at right now. So again, like, looking at these guys' face shapes, they're actually they've got a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities there. So I don't want to do something that's like exactly the same. Hello? Did I not select a pen tool? Am I drawing on the wrong layer? Maybe? Oh, I've got a little selection here. I didn't notice I had a little selection. I must have bumped the screen. Control D to deselect? Yeah. There we go. So yeah, like, these two obviously have their, like, cheeks over here. Maybe if I do something with somebody with, like, a much narrower chin, like Bernard has a much narrower chin, maybe that would help. Not sure what I want here. I'm not sure what I want. At all. Not at all sure what I want. Maybe I should just erase this. Start it again. Yeah, Day of the Tentacle, Thomas Jefferson. Yeah. He has does he have a large chin? I think he does. Yeah. And he's standing over by the window, right? Like, genuinely, what if I did have like a smaller chin? Would that be a problem? And like no puffy cheeks. Would I still be able to get away with that? Maybe a bigger nose, but then that's going towards Bernard's sort of silhouette. You know what? Who cares right now? Just draw Bernard. Just draw Bernard. Then we can get it out of our system. Bernard's silhouette. Yeah, how does he look again? Exactly. I forget. Something like that. Something like that. Washington by window, looking at a tree. Jefferson and Hancock are via the fireplace and the document. Ah, right. You're right. I think Bernard has like really chunky thighs, actually. He does wear his pants high, yeah. His pants sort of come up to here. You know who would be a good reference for this? We were looking at this, I think it was called Recess. Remember Recess? We were looking at inspiration for character costume designs and stuff last time. It was a while ago, so if you don't remember, that's fine. There was a Disney animated show which I wasn't very familiar with, but there was like a couple of characters in there that I thought were pretty interesting in terms of character design, and one of them might be a good inspiration for this character. If I'm going to go down the Indiana Jones route, I just can't remember what they look like exactly. I'm pretty sure the show was called Recess. Yeah. We were looking at like one of these sort of pictures. I don't know which one. One of these anyway. Originally I was looking at this character as like an inspiration, like the color scheme and like general demeanor and stuff, which still might work honestly, but this is the one I was just thinking of. This jacket is a little bit like the Indiana Jones style of jacket, and maybe, I don't know, now that I'm looking at it, it's less inspirational actually, but like that costume and pose and stuff might be good, and the hat backwards is definitely something that I think I want to go for. So at the very least we could like look at this face and maybe borrow from that design there. I think this jacket idea is interesting. The hands in the pocket, I don't know how, like, I've never watched this show before. I wonder what it's like to see the characters moving around and stuff. I wonder if that's a good fit animation wise. It's like, yeah, look at these designs are pretty good. They're like iconic as well. Like they've got good silhouettes. Like none of the characters look the same. This character's pretty interesting as far as design goes. Oh, that's a good face. He looks very angry. Oh, he looks evil here. Oh, this guy looks evil. But yeah, what I was thinking is the way this guy wears his jacket and his like pose might be something I could look at. But it's very static, like very casual pose. It might be a little bit too casual. I don't know. Something. Make the hat sideways, you reckon? I don't know. Sideways hat, G-Funk. It's a bit too much for me. Honestly, I think like this character looks like the most dynamic and interesting of all of them, which is like the reason that I last time I was looking at it, I think I gravitated towards this one because it is a very dynamic looking character. They look like they've definitely got a lot more personality than anybody else here. Yeah, the hair even looks awesome, right? Too bad. Too bad I'm not going for that style of character at the moment. Well, this is, what is this? Somebody redrew it in a different style, I guess. It's really tricky coming up with like something that I'm happy with here. I just can't seem to think that clearly about it. You know what? Like I think what if I was just to look at the character needs to have a better silhouette. This silhouette is just like a blob. Like if you just turn this into a black silhouette on white, it's just a blob. It's not really interesting. That's why this character looks so much more interesting. I don't know. Maybe this is a bad idea. I was hoping I would get some inspiration from this, but I'm starting to think it just makes me want to design a different character altogether. But yeah, like you got Joe King here wearing a fairly standard, like I'm an Indiana Jones adventurer type character costume. He even has the baseball hat. I didn't even think about that. So that's pretty good inspiration. Let me just look at Flight of the Amazon Queen. No, sorry, that's wrong. Let me look at Fate of Atlantis. Fate of Atlantis might have something. Sprite as resource, here it is. I wish it wasn't on blue. Makes it a lot harder to like see characters. Mostly Sophia. I want an indie. I guess that this is the Sophia sheet. I probably want to go look at the indie sheet. Return to game. Indiana Jones. Oh, civilian clothes. Yes, that's right. Gary, that's it. The civilian clothes. He does wear a different costume. All right, so no fedora for our character. I think it's going to be a baseball cap. But like I can take some inspiration from this. Like, okay, this is a more dynamic pose and it's not copying the others, so I can definitely try and strike this Indiana Jones pose. The jacket obviously is more open than when I roughly sketched in. We won't have the shirt open, we'll have a t-shirt instead. But yeah, we can like take some cues from this jacket and pants and stuff. I think I can take it from there. And obviously we're going to try and like push it more into a cartoon sort of pose, so it's not going to be quite like this. It'll be more animated feeling, but like we can take a lot of inspiration from this. All right, good, excellent. How long have we been live? 2.5 hours nearly. I'm already tired. And I don't want to overdo it today. So I might take a break. I might just leave. I might end the stream. We'll go have a break and do something else in a bit. Oh, BNU. Then for some horrible reason, my head was like, dress him up like Malcolm. Like the clown? The evil Malcolm? No. Hey, buddy, no one. Good to see you. If you do that, you can at least have Puzzle picking up bones in the jungle. Yeah, I definitely want to have a bone jungle part of the game, BNU. I hate that game so much. It's so bad. Hey, buddy, no one. How you going today? I've just been messing around trying to do some character designs here. I don't have it. But now maybe we've got it. Maybe we can get it. So let's see. The shoulders are a bit back, I think. I think that's the way the Indiana Jones sort of position is. And like the legs are kind of dynamically posed, but not like yeah, I don't know. And remember, the torso needs to be much lower, like a bigger torso than legs almost. So we need to like somewhere in there. I think it won't be such a problem if the jacket sort of hangs a little bit back there. Something like that might work, maybe. Again, I need to work on the head design a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this silhouette. It's too rough, but maybe if I actually bring in, what is it about this that feels dynamic? It's definitely just this like at ready position of the legs. I think like he seems like a man of action, you know, just the way he's standing like that. Chest forward, shoulders back. Legs are not like, yeah, it's a bit more dynamic feeling. So I think like you probably want the foot position to be in that dynamic, toes pointing the same direction. So like forward posed toes. Something like this. Chest forward, shoulders back. Yeah, it is a little bit more of like that triangular shape that I actually scribbled out earlier. Something like that. And I think the arm sort of comes back in toward the leg there as well. So just to complete that whole dynamic position. And then we have to turn this into a kid as well. It's just like, it's hard because it's too masculine maybe. So I need to change it. I can use that dynamic posing as like a cue for something. Maybe I can take some more inspiration from like Ben and other full throttle characters as well. as like costume cues, so it's not just, you know, Indiana Jones, but a kid. That makes sense. I also don't want the arms to be too thick. Like, that's another thing. Like, these characters aren't supposed to have big, thick pipes for arms. They're supposed to just have, you know, they're supposed to be kids. Yeah. Maybe that's a silhouette I can work my way from. Maybe. I don't want to overdo it, you know. I don't want to overdo it today. I can always come back tomorrow and fiddle some more. And I got stream tonight, and I don't want to be all like tired and burned out on stream because I overdid it here. This might actually work. Might be able to come up with something. And yet you keep drawing. Yeah, I do. I do that. I say that I'm going to stop and then I keep going. It happens all the time. Football player kid could be buff. Football player. Yeah, he could be. I actually did want to have somebody who's a bit more athletic looking in the game. So like maybe this character could be them. It's just weird that they're also the kid that I'm thinking is like the conspiracy theorist and like they're also nerdy, you know. Hey Suzanne, good to see you. Good morning, evening to you too. What a day. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm feeling pretty positive. I don't want to like just abandon everything. At the same time, I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, I got a couple of poses here. Starting to feel like, you know, something along these lines will fit. I think. Just like looking at this, just trying to see if I can visualize what I want it to end up looking like. This character's probably going to be taller than the other ones, maybe. Might be a thing I have to do. Maybe I think there's a conspiracy about where the coach is getting the football plays from. Maybe, Tanil, maybe. I hope you're doing well as well. Yeah. I am still adjusting to everything with like regard to, you know, starting a new job and all that, and like I've got to get adjusted to a new stream schedule as well. It hasn't really impacted my stream schedule as much as I thought it would, but mainly the GOG channel is being affected. The GOG channel streams. Last Crusade has college kids and some might look athletic, but the art style may be too old. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. What should I play tonight on my main channel? Should I continue my playthrough of The Elder Scrolls Arena? Or should I jump into a new adventure game? A new graphic adventure game? What do you think? Elder Scrolls Arena was really fun yesterday. Had a good time. Arena's a great game. It is very fun. So far, it's been great. I found the first piece of the staff yesterday. New adventure games such as Doom 64. Cendric's Quest, but Arena's pretty cool too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking of maybe... maybe this? That's upside down. Hang on. There you go. Discworld 2. Maybe. I don't know if it's too soon to jump into a Discworld game or not. Genuinely, I wouldn't mind playing like Full Throttle or something like that again. Yeah, right. I mean, everything except for the speedrun part is like plausible, Jay. But yeah, I don't know. 100% endings, no spoilers or hints might be a bit tough. Maybe I could do 100% like no hints playthrough of it, like I did with the first one. I'm just gonna relax a bit here. Maybe I could do something like that. I don't know. It's plausible. %, alcohol required. You have to be inebriated to finish the game. Full Throttle might be a good refresh as a refresher, but yeah. But you might want to break from your game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind playing the games as research. That's not a problem so much. Like playing come on, Discworld. Playing Discworld was eye-opening for some of the stuff that I was designing into the last game. And it did highlight to me, like, there was a few places where I'd made, like, decisions that were probably actually really not the best decision for the game. And, like, that's a problem, right? Like, you don't want to be thinking too much about like the game that you're working on offline, like while you're trying to enjoy some other game. But honestly, like it was pretty positive, I think. Like ultimately I think it was positive. Yeah, this character is going to be impossible to land on a design for, isn't it? I'm going to keep second guessing myself the entire time I'm working on this character. The other ones came together because I had clear inspirations for them that I felt were a good fit for the design that I wanted to go for. Whereas this one, I never really had a solid idea of what the design I wanted. And so, like, I knew I didn't want to do a character based off of Laverne, for example. Whereas the other characters, I thought, like, at least their walk cycles and stuff would fit well with the characters that I had in mind. Whereas this one doesn't really have something like that to work off of. And like base a shape and silhouette and walk cycle off of. So it's been a lot harder to come up with something. But this isn't the only time I'm going to need to come up with characters for this game. This game actually has multiple characters I need to design. So at some point I'm going to have to be like, okay, this is it. This is the character, you know. I think that pose is like a big signal to like the personality of this character as well, and I don't know if that's what I wanted. So maybe I'll have to come up with something else, but at least like I can at least base the costume on Fate of Atlantis style Indiana Jones, but I can come back and put a different pose and a different personality behind it once I have that. I just need to figure out what that's going to be. All of the characters in games like Thimbleweed Park and stuff don't have very dynamic bot positions. Like, they're not very dynamic looking characters. And I have the same thoughts about like Monkey Island 1 and 2. They're not as dynamic. As far as like Lucas characters designs that are dynamic and like interesting and stuff like that, it's mainly the mainly Sam Max Hit the Road and Day of the Tentacle that really nail that look. Like, that gives you like a very unique character because their silhouette is so different. So yeah, I gotta try and keep that in mind. I think somewhere in between these two, like these two scribbles here that we got, that like these could work. I need to do a little bit more work on it. But again, coming back to that Recess, the Recess characters we're looking at, the girl that was like in the front with the pigtails, she's got a really dynamic pose, and I think like maybe taking that and looking at Indiana Jones, maybe figuring out a way, something in between that could be a way to get what I need. Guybrush is kind of a fit dude, but very much more a nerd type. Yeah. She has a simple dress, but the jacket adds style. Yeah, it's all about the jacket and not so much the costume all as an ensemble, but like the character's position. Of all the characters there, all the other ones basically just stand there with their hands in their pockets, and she's standing there with her hands like on her hips or whatever. You know, legs are not like just to add attention. She's like got one leg like stretched out almost. Like it's a very dynamic body position. I think I might just have to go down that road and just try and like we want it to be like a masculine thing, but we don't want it to be too like Indiana Jones is too much. Like, that's too masculine going that far. So I think somewhere in the middle. And again, like, the character needs to look like a kid, not like an adult. So the pose is a big part of that. I think, like, you know, cool kid pose might work. Some kind of cool kid looking pose. We'll work something out. Prince Alexander from King's Quest 6 has a cool sprite. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up again. Maybe I'll look it up right now. Yeah, I need to nail a character design. I've got these two characters sitting over on the side here, and then like, yeah, these two. Got my Lucas and Delphine. I have to redraw Delphine, by the way. It's too messy. Like, I really didn't clean up that sprite enough. I only had by the time I was like finishing off that sprite, I had like 0 days left, I think. So I didn't really have a chance to clean it up. So for the next yeah, I'll definitely be redrawing that sprite for the updates and stuff. But Willy Beamish is another one. How come I didn't think to look at Willy Beamish, Tanel? That's a really good shout. I'll take a look at that, and I'll also take a look at King's Quest as well. King's Quest 6. I'm trying to remember King's Quest 6. I know 7 is like that's Rosella again or something, right? Here today, gone tomorrow. Hang on, let's see. Oh, yes. Wait, they're none of the characters? In the sheets? Just portraits and curses. Okay, that's fine. I know what I'm looking at now. Anyway, yeah, Willy Beamish might be a good shout actually on the design. I got to take a look. I can't remember what Willy Beamish character sprites all looked like, to be honest, but there's a lot of animation in there, so yeah, it's super generic looking. Wait, what the heck? Here we go. Yeah, something like that could work, maybe. It's funny how, like, absolutely not a kid's game this is, but it's marketed to kids. Like, there's so much innuendo and, like, stuff going on here. Huh, getting tired. Simon the Sorcerer is a good idea too, but the problem is he's got the robe on. Sort of like makes it pretty hard to work with in terms of like a influence on the character design. How about this guy? Let me have a look. Bye. Oh, what's this one called again? I know this one. Toltecs? The Skulls of the Toltecs or whatever it is. Is that right? 3 Skulls of the Toltecs? Something like that? I definitely don't think I could use this as a character. Like, the costume's too cowboy, which is definitely not what we're going for, but yeah. Maybe there's something in this that I can look at, though. I'm gonna mess with this some more, like probably offline. I'll probably mess with this some more, but like, yeah, if I did this, if I tried to refine what we've drawn already, he'd end up looking way too much like Lucas does. So I need to, like we said, need to sort of come back to the pose, make him a bit more dynamic. The costume though, like this is inspiration for the costume. I think I know what I want to do for the costume. A red hat with like a blue brim on it, and it's wearing it backwards. A little hair poking out the front. Brown jacket, maybe like a white or blue t-shirt or something like that. Gray pants, something like that, you know. Yeah, I could definitely work from there. Get that Indiana Jones, like he's obviously a kid who's a fan of Indiana Jones, wants to wear a jacket like Indiana Jones. That'll work. Laugh track, yeah, I gotta throw a laugh track in. Repeat the same puzzle like 70 times, and every time you finish it, you have to finish it 3 times before it'll acknowledge that you finished the puzzle. And yeah, basically you don't never have to think, like, yeah, just random maze. Random maze, we have to find bones in a jungle. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. I think I am done. I think if I sit down and keep working on this, I'll end up overdoing it, and I don't want to overdo it because it is 3:30 in the afternoon. I started a bit late today. Like, I wasn't planning on starting so late, but you know, I did the subscriber call this morning, and then I ended up taking like a couple of hours between that and getting started, even though I wanted to start right away. But I had to, like, you know, get lunch and do other things around the house beforehand, and it ended up taking hours before I got here. But you know, first day back, take it easy. You know, it's a weekend as well. Thursday I will be back. I'll be doing full-time Thursday. So that's gonna be a big one. Be interesting. Maybe Monday we'll get some more into. My least favorite point and click, out of curiosity, in case you didn't know, you couldn't tell from all my ranting about Kyrandia 3, it's definitely Kyrandia 3. It's the worst point and click game. It might even be the worst game. Dude with red cap could wear some old school headphones with yellow Sony Walkman. Oh, I love the idea of a Walkman. I'll think about it. I do like the idea of that. Maybe we could use that as part of a puzzle solution. Like, you know, you record like some dialogue and then remix it and then play it back. You know, that old chestnut. Record dialogue from one character and play it back to another character once you've spliced it. Yep. That's definitely something we could do if we bring the Walkman in, but maybe that could be, we could save that for the main game, because I can't think of a reason why we would do that with this one. Your other favorite guy from a game, Torrin from Torrin's Passage, he's a kid. Torrin's Passage was pretty fun. It did get very tedious in certain points, and I think some of the characters got very annoying. Like, the comedy style of that game is not necessarily funny in some parts. Like, Al Lowe, I've never played the Leisure Suit Larry games. I know Al Lowe is very famous for them, though, so I should probably try it out and see what I think. What made Kyrandia 3 bad? Oh, do you want to know? Do you want to know, 100 Acre Woods? It's literally badly designed. Like, that's the fundamental reason that it's bad. It's following on from 2 amazing graphic adventures. Brandon and Sophia had amazing games, and then Malcolm just gets this game that's basically like... Let's just complain about the plot for a second. The whole point of the game was you play as the bad guy, but then they spend the entire game trying to explain to you why Malcolm's not really a bad guy, and they give you 3 different excuses why he actually isn't bad. He was dropped on his head when he was a baby, as it wasn't his fault. The knife that killed the king was cursed, and therefore he didn't actually do it. He was trying to save the king by grabbing the knife. What was the third reason they came up with? There was another reason. I can't remember what. Another reason. They're like, oh, it's not his fault. He's actually a good guy. So, like, the worst character in the entire world, suddenly he's like, actually, he's not that bad of a guy. It wasn't his fault. So, that's not the only plot problem. But, like, just, we'll leave it there for now. Take a look at the puzzles. The first like major puzzle that you encounter is you get thrown into prison, and you're supposed to figure out how to make doilies, right? But there's like, okay, you make the doilies, you get out. You're supposed to figure out that you can take an item with you by clicking on it and holding it in your hand to pick a lock, which is great. That's fine. It's actually kind of cool. I like it. But you have to do this like multiple times to get through it. And then they do it again. They do exactly the same thing again later on. You have to like do the same thing, and like it's funny because it's slightly different. It's not funny. It's not interesting. It's the same puzzle. They just rehashed it. And they do that a lot. And if you actually like just graph out the solution to puzzles in that game, the graph looks the same. It's just like different verbs and different nouns and whatever, but it's basically the same graph for every puzzle in the game. They didn't really think of multiple puzzles. They just were like, well, this is a good idea. We'll just copy and paste that for the whole game. Like, there's hardly ever anything unique and interesting about the game. Going to the dump and randomly waiting for you to get the right item out of the dump so that you can actually do the thing. You're like, I just got to keep grabbing stuff and dropping it on the ground until I finally get the freaking nail that I need, or whatever it is you need. It's like insane. It's literally insane. It's so bad. It's not just the dump, though. They do the dump again in Fishland, and then they do it again in Hell, I'm pretty sure. I can't really remember Hell. But they do the same thing again and again and again. The only unique part of the entire game is when you go to the dog island, the dog cat island thing, and that's not interesting. And they repeating the puzzle design again. If you graph it out, it's the same thing. It's just like they threw in some like maze crap as well, but it's basically the same puzzle everywhere. And then they make like, forget about, like, game design has more problems than that, but it has a lot of problems. But then you get to the comedy, and it's really not that funny. Like, most of the jokes are not actually funny. And they have a laugh track and a studio audience. They have a studio audience, and they have helium mode because they knew the game wasn't actually that funny. So they tried everything they could to make it more funny. And it's not funny. And the studio audience is actually just annoying. I tried playing it with it turned on, and I just couldn't. It annoyed me too much. This is the best adventure game review I've ever read in a 96 issue of PC game. What? What is? You actually read it and they said it's the best game, the best adventure game? There's other problems too, but I just don't want to. I know people like the game, and that's okay that they like the game. I don't like the game. That's all I'm saying. I don't personally like the game, and I think it has some serious problems. And I think it's massively flawed as a game. Oh, you're just commenting on my current review. Okay. Like, I wanted to like it. That's my main problem. It's coming off the back of two amazing point-and-click graphic adventures that I really liked playing. I really liked playing the first one. It's my favorite of the two. The second one is really good and comes close second. It has some issues like that. If you look at the way some of the puzzle design works in 2, you can see where they got the idea to do basically the one puzzle design they have for 3. Like, that's already in 2, but they only do it like once or twice in 2. And then in 3, it gets a little bit ridiculous. And they just like repeatedly use that. Like, this is how you do puzzle design, right? It's not interesting. Like, I would hate to release a game where it feels like you're doing the same thing in different locations for, like, to solve all the puzzles. It's okay to do that, like, if you're spacing it out and you've got some, like, other pieces that you can sink your teeth into, and then there's like you reprise a certain part of the thing, but you change it, you make it more dynamic, you do something a little different with it each time, then it's like, that's interesting, right? That's like, oh yeah, we're going back and we're doing this thing again, it's going to be a little different this time, like, oh okay, you know, that kind of stuff is cool. But when it's just like, it feels like the puzzle graph is going to be the exact same with some different verbs and nouns sketched onto it, like, that's not interesting. Malcolm is a jester, so it felt right to me. Seems like a jester. I don't know the whole games too well. Oh no, yeah, like I said, I don't mind if other people like the game. That's totally cool. I just don't. And like, my reasoning, it comes from primarily from the game design side of things, but then there's also just like, hey, I was a fan of this series, and then I played the third one, and it was like, it just destroyed basically the entire plot of the other 2 games. Well, at least the first game. Yeah. Can't imagine how a laugh track could improve an adventure game, to be honest. Yeah, no, it's pretty rough. Every time I accidentally think about Kyrandia 3, I'm like, man, what a horrible game. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Malcolm or the Jester from Discworld 1, your favorite? Oh, I would... That's hard, actually. It's the Chucky... Ooh, Chucky. That part, I hate it. That was so annoying. Anytime that thing talked, I wanted to just, like, not play the game anymore. So yeah, that part sucks. But I'd probably take it over Malcolm. Just because Malcolm just represents something so heinous. I think Kyrandia 3 might have single-handedly killed the point-and-click adventure game market. It might be solely responsible for the death of the point-and-click adventure game. maybe it's not quite that bad.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, but yeah, no, it's definitely a problem. Like, there's problems in that game for sure. Speaking of games, I don't know what to do tonight. I could just continue playing Arena, or I could start playing something else. Maybe I'll check out a new graphic adventure, maybe Discworld 2. That's how I felt about Deponia, like the first one, I think, but the later ones are so annoying to play that besides the music, kind of blocked out the main character from my memory. Oh, wow. Yeah, the main character's not likable in Deponia. I've only played the first one. I wanted to play more of them, but I don't know, I just haven't gotten back to it yet. Same with Longest Journey. I wanted to continue that series because it's pretty interesting, and I liked it. But for some reason, I just didn't get back to it. I think the main... With both of them, I think the main reason I didn't go right back to them and continue playing is because like the games, both of those games actually took me quite a while to get through, and I started to feel quite fatigued of the game by the time I finished them. So I think those games might have been the reason that I started doing like a different game almost every night. I was like playing 2 to 3 games each week just so that I could get a breather from some of the games that were taking too long to finish. But yeah, like games like Day of the Tentacle, like I would not complain if Day of the Tentacle was like another chapter longer. But like say something like Grim Fandango, I think is like as long as it could possibly be. If anything, I might even shorten Grim Fandango a little bit. As much as I like it. Like, I wouldn't make it any longer, definitely. I think it's definitely at the point where if it was much longer, like if you added a whole other chapter to Grim Fandango, I think I might be like, oh, that's too long. But I really enjoyed it. Do you ever play Wadget Eye games like Blackwell series? No, I haven't. I don't think I've actually played a single Wadget Eye game yet. Not intentionally. I meant to by now to have played one. But there's other games that I have played. Like I played oh wait, no. I played Primordia, right? Primordia is a Wadget Eye game. I have played that. What else have I played? I've played a few others. Kathy Rain is not, is it? I played that. There was some other one that I played that I forget the name of right now. I have not played the Shiva, yeah. That one looked interesting though. That one seemed like it could be interesting to play. I would like to play some more Wadget Eye games. That would be good. Anyway, I'm just gonna out-talk myself and end up staying online for too long. So yeah, you played most of them. They're fun. I want to play more. I do want to play more. Maybe I should maybe I'll take a look at my library and see what I've got. Maybe I'll play one of them tonight. But if not, maybe I'll play Discworld 2. Maybe I'll play Rimworld. Sorry, Ringworld. Not Rimworld. That's a different game. I don't know. I got a handful of other games I haven't played yet that I've been wanting to. So we'll see. I don't think I'll play Ringworld tonight, actually. Ringworld, it's kind of like a pretty vast step into a different direction with adventure games. It's very narrative driven, if I remember correctly from what I read. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll be back soon. I won't be. It's not too long, and I'll be back online again. Hooked for many hours or not? All my friends got hooked. Oh wow. Yeah, I haven't played Rimworld. No, I meant to say Ringworld, but Rimworld came out. This one. This one's based on the Larry Niven books. It has like these cat people, like tiger people, whatever. Yeah, some different character designs in that, for sure. I think this is fairly, like, the narrative drive of this game is pretty strong, though. Revenge of the Patriarch. Grabbed the Ringworld game a while ago, didn't know it existed, loved the books as a teen. Oh, nice, awesome. There's also Tech War, there is always Tech War, Tennille. I could play Tech War, but I'm not in the mood for Tech War, I don't think. I wouldn't mind playing an FPS, to be honest. Like, I do enjoy my FPS gaming, and I haven't done as much of it, like, in the last few years I normally would. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say they're good books now. Niven is a bit of a crackpot, but they were entertaining. Hey, sometimes the books are worthwhile, independent of whether or not the author is worthwhile. I wouldn't mind doing some more. So, okay. Here's something that I've been thinking about. I was talking about it a little bit with a friend recently. I want games like Alone in the Dark and Call of Cthulhu, Shadow of the Comet, stuff like that kind of narrative-driven horror, adventure, puzzle solving stuff, but I want it in like the Quake engine FPS mode. Something like that. So like, you know, you gotta sneak through a mansion and like you get into the cellar and there's like an ancient evil like root taking hold with like tendrils crawling up the walls, and you've got to like figure out like how to survive, and you know, you're trapped in the mansion, you got to figure out a way out. Like I want that. That doesn't exist. The closest thing I can think to coming to that is Realms of the Haunting, which is a great game, but I've already played it, and like it's too long to go and do another replay so soon. Normality is another one that I'm interested to check out. Normality is actually the same tech and engine as Realms of the Haunting. So I don't know much about Normality, but I don't think it's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that dark foreboding sort of like Quake engine look. You know what I mean when I say the Quake engine look, right? That's what I want. To the point where I'm like, it doesn't exist. Nothing like exactly like what I'm thinking of exists. And maybe I have to be the person who makes it happen. Because I want it so badly. So I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll get working on after I finish off these adventure series. Go take the Quake engine and try and manipulate it a little bit so that it does what I need it to do for something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Normality yet, though. That's another one that's on my list, been there for a while. Speaking of games starting with N, what's the name of the one with the claymation? Neverhood. Neverhood is something I want to play. That's another one I want to check out. The Neverhood, yeah. That's another one I want to play. But I still can't get a physical copy of it, and it's ridiculously overpriced. Like, I don't know why. It must have had like a low production run or something. I have not been able to find a copy of that game for cheap ever in my life. Like, I've never seen it for cheap, which is crazy, because normally, like, yeah. One of your favorites, but you gave yours away, Gary? Oh, man, I wish you gave it to me, because I would treasure it. I would treasure it. I'm sure I'm going to have fun when I do eventually play it. It looks so good. I've seen a few people streaming it and, like, caught a few bits and pieces of it, and it looks so good. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks challenging, too, actually. Ecstatica is another one I want to play. I want to play that series. That's another one that sort of fits that mold of, like, the, what I would say, like, the Alone in the Dark sort of style of gameplay. Hopefully whoever has it appreciates it. Yeah, hopefully. I'm still hoping you'll make that Alone in the Dark style engine one day and let me use it to make horror adventures. Absolutely, BNU. Yeah, I think that will happen eventually. I think what I'm going to do is like a vignette piece in the Quake engine after I've done this stuff. Just something small that like hints towards the thing that I want. And then maybe I'll go and do the more Alone in the Dark lined one. Oh, why, hello there, Doc. Hello. Good to see you, mate. How you feeling? Hope you got some good food in you. I'm just talking now. This is no longer game dev streaming. I should be in just chatting. I'm just chilling now. Neverhood does have a sequel. I've got it. It's called oh wait, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Skull Monkeys. Which I have here somewhere for the PlayStation. Armicrog, huh? Armicrog. I think I might have seen that. Somebody might have sent that one through to me at some point. Binge watch a show on Netflix before they remove it in like a week or two. Oh no, what's the show? I'd love to know what show that is. Because maybe I'll binge watch it too. Oh, The Alienist? I didn't get into it. I tried watching that like maybe twice and I didn't get through the first episode. What's so good about it? Tell me the thing that I'm supposed to watch it for to get hooked. Because maybe I'll try it again. Yeah. No idea. I have to watch it. Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. I think I might go. I kind of want to play a game, but I don't know what to play. Another one that I want to get started with is the pirate games series that I wanted to do. There's like a whole bunch of pirate games I haven't played yet, like seafaring, oceanfaring, whatever you call it, piracy themed, or like, you know, that era of seafaring things. There's like Buccaneer, there's Sea Dogs, there's Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a bunch, and obviously Pirates that exist too. There's a ton of games. Wouldn't mind trying out some of them. I like the idea of like ship management games where you actually like walk around the ship and manage your crew and like make sure everybody's happy and fed, and you know all the resources are met, and you're like managing cargo deliveries, and like I like the idea of that just being like a ship's captain simulator. I like the idea of that. I don't know if there's anything exactly like that exists, where like you have to manage your crew and stuff. Like, yeah, it would be interesting to see a game like that. Anyway, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. So I'm gonna say thank you very much, everyone. Wonder if a game like This War of Mine has that kind of management. I never played it, but I heard a lot of things about it. It did get some critical acclaim. But yeah, I don't know. I know it has something to do with like managing relationships in it and like resource management and stuff. I think that's what I've heard about it. But yeah, I don't know too much. I'll probably be back on tomorrow with some dev stuff. If not tomorrow, I should be on Monday evening. We'll get some more dev stuff done. I will be back on my other channel tonight. I'll be playing either Arena or some other adventure game. Arena's been a hell of a lot of fun. I really have had a blast with it. I'm looking forward to getting back to it, honestly. But I might save it for Fridays and just do long Friday streams with it instead of pacing it out through the whole week. And that way I can get some other games going too, because I know Arena's going to be a bit of a big one to get through. So maybe if I, you know, intersperse it with some other games, it'll be a little bit more bearable long term. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, we'll be back with more game dev stuff soon. I know today wasn't very productive, but it's like we got to get back into it. It's like I was just on I was away for a long time, like nearly 3 weeks, I think, since last stream. So this is all coming back to me slowly. Today was a lot more of an easier day, easing back into it. Tomorrow, if I'm on, hopefully it'll be a bit more productive. But yeah, we got to finish off. We got to nail this character design. I'm starting to feel pretty confident. I'm looking at some of these silhouettes in front of me still, and I'm like, yeah, maybe we can make this work. Maybe we can make this work. So we'll see. I will see you again soon, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. And once again, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go. Bye.